Hey there folks, Rel here. This is your weekly update for April 7th, 2014. I was only able to bring out 2 new videos this week, and one of which was very short. The first was on Saturday. I released a Thoughts on Better Gaming video talking about complexity versus accessibility, and I made a deliberate effort to focus on the word complexity instead of depth, even though the two kind of go hand in hand, but depth is a little bit different and it's worth a discussion in itself. But there's a link to that video in the description below if you are interested. And the other video that we put out on Sunday night was very short. It was a video on cover-to-cover movement, just a small little bite-sized strategy that most of you probably already use. But it was going to be a relatively short video regardless, because the topic that we were covering, as well as the time constraints from a production standpoint, they were both very low. But more importantly, I tried using it as a way to gauge the length of content you guys are interested in watching. And what's funny is that the results were pretty much across the board, but the majority of people seemed like they'd be interested in videos about 5 to 6 minutes long. And this isn't an entire format change. I'm still going to be doing long videos when the topic permits, like guides, reviews, and that sort of thing. But it was really interesting to get that sort of feedback. So hopefully we'll be putting out some more strategy-oriented videos on the shorter side of things with an emphasis on being concise. But you should find more of those in the middle of the week instead of on the weekend. This coming week, I plan on getting a review for the NS11C finished, provided I get some more hands-on time with the weapon and can gather some footage. I really didn't like this weapon at first, but I'm actually starting to enjoy it. The main challenge I feel with this weapon is when trying to deal with heavy assaults, because the time to kill is so low, but we will discuss that during the review. Also, I do plan on reviewing the new carbines once they're released, as well as a re-review of the mini chain gun and the LC2 Lynx. I'm going to hold off on the Hunter crossbow for a while because, quite frankly, I hate using the thing. It takes a very particular playstyle to use well if you're not just using it as a support tool, and I really just don't have a lot of fun with it. It'll happen eventually, but I'd rather take a look at the weapons that I actually do enjoy playing with first. Outside of that, the 14th episode of the Mass Effect Trilogy Let's Play was put up on the casual channel, but the last episode, the finale, did not save any of the in-game audio, and the episode was upwards of like an hour long, so I don't really know what I want to do. I'm planning on rolling into Mass Effect 2. I've already recorded a couple of episodes so far, but I'm not sure whether I should go back and play through the end of Mass Effect 1 just to kind of show it off. I just don't know if it's worth it, but if you're interested, you can always let me know. The very last thing that I would like to mention is a Reddit thread that I recently posted, and I'd really like your feedback on this because I'm basically asking what the difference is between matchmaking and an open world setting, and as it relates to PlanetSide 2. Now, I know the technical differences, obviously, but as a primarily infantry and solo player, I'm usually finding myself looking for the best fights, the ones that I'm going to have the most fun at. I log in, I browse the map, I find a good fight, I drop in, and then when it's finished, I redeploy and I go somewhere else. It's the good fights that really give me a reason to play the game. So that said, what is the difference between finding a match through a matchmaking system and being in an open world doing basically the same thing? I think that it's important to answer this question because, quite frankly, PlanetSide 2 is losing players in droves. A lot of this has been due to Briggs having major issues with the server, on top of general client instability since the Liberator update. But PlanetSide 2's average number of people playing, I think it's gone down like 14% in the past 30 days. And that trend is likely to circle back around as the servers become more stable, people come back to the game, you know, and in a couple of months the resource revamp and the mission system becoming something worth actually talking about. But even so, if you can no longer offer players those big open world battles with an emphasis on manipulating the lattice and the back and forth of territorial control, not that it ever meant a whole lot in the first place, then what is really the difference? You can leave those thoughts in the Reddit thread or in the comment section down below. Thanks very much, folks. We're all signing off.
We've lost the control console. The control console is in NC hands. We've taken a control console. The enemy has taken a control console.
You have any spare ammo? I need ammunition.
We're down a control console.
Could use some ammunition.
The control console is in NC hands. The control console has been taken.